What's going on? And so we have begun on another adventure. You know, she's on the wrong side of the road. So, you know, everybody what we need to happen is I need my friend in Massachusetts to send me all of the materials that I have requested. That's what I need to happen for the story that I did up here for this person. What's going on, Playboy? Everybody hit the number 1 button. Let me know where you guys are from so that I can talk a little bit about the way in which when we talk on the phone and we start to communicate, then the best way for us to communicate, Kenosha, wow. The best way for us to communicate is in a chronological order of your story. That's the most important thing. You know, when did it begin? Then what happened next? And then what happened next in a very categorical way where we have dedicated to getting your story down properly in a step-by-step process. And if you have a story, I want you to email me at can'tgetbodycam. And it's so funny. It's so funny. And just so you guys know, there are people who sign me up for all kinds of websites. It literally takes 1 second to unsubscribe. It literally takes 1 second. It is so funny. But it's just funny. You know, how are you guys doing? What's going on with you guys? So I'm off somewhere else. I'm gonna be heading in another direction. I'm going somewhere else. I'm going to another state. There's another story. Someone who's contacted me and told me something that I'm gonna go and take a look at it. Because it doesn't matter to me if you're known or not known, or if your story has been in NBC, or if what's that group? Dude, what are you talking about? I have every right to the right of way, just like you do. You're the one acting like an idiot by tailgating me. So just go ahead and go around, dude. If you're in such a hurry, just go ahead and go around. There you go, buddy. God bless you. You know, just gonna move on. What's going on, Playboy? I'm sorry. I have the camera now on this side, so, and I prefer it on the other, but that's fine. It is what it is. And I think the best way is to just I'm gonna have a thing put in right here in my car, a little stand with a twisty top on it. But I'm on my way to another state where there is corruption, where there is police violence, where there's no accountability at all whatsoever for what the police do to people. It's incredible. It doesn't, you know, I get emails from all over the country, People would just say, help, 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 help. That's the title of their email to me. And just knowing that I cannot help every single person, it's literally, it weighs on my heart more than anything else. There's nothing that weighs on me more. You know, you got people all over this country who so desperately want help from someone who knows anything that will help them in their case. And it's just so heartbreaking to get the emails that I get. And so I guess, you know, when you guys send me your email, remember, I can't read your whole entire story the moment I get your email. You have to summarize your story in just a few lines, even though I know you're going through absolute and total hell, that your life has been turned upside down by an unchecked organization that does not do the intended functionality of protecting our rights. So remember, if you email me, give me your story in just a couple of paragraphs. Because, you know, I also have to go through so many emails of some people who have just been who are just unstable. I can't read 30 paragraphs of your story upon you sending me your email. But I'm gonna go help somebody again right now. I'm on my way. Somebody needs help, somebody needs light, somebody needs exposure on their story. They need help. They need help. So while I'm doing something else legally, I'm also meeting with someone where I'm going, and I'm gonna get their story out. So my friend in Massachusetts, you better hurry and get me your materials, because once I sit down to do an edit or get into something, as you guys know, I have to disappear for a couple days at least to get it done properly. So I can represent somebody like Yunez Lofty, who we filed a federal civil rights lawsuit for in Dallas, Texas. You know, he's pro persona, but we helped, you know, in that orchestration of getting that federal civil rights lawsuit served. So it's a big deal. It's a big deal. I just don't know which way. I guess stay straight, I guess. I mean, over here on the East Coast, I'm not really sure, because I'm not from here, so I haven't spent any time on these roads. I don't know how these lay out. You know, and by the way, you know, I thought yesterday's talk with Brian, even though Brian, and when I say Brian, you guys, I'm talking about High Impact Flicks, Grease Monkey videos, and here's the deal. He has 3 different accounts. And I thought yesterday's talk with Brian, even though he was just on text about the social contract, I thought that was a very productive conversation, actually. I think setting the scope for just having a public conversation versus trying to debate somebody to win, you know, I think that just sharing the ideas aloud with each other, here's my ideas and here's why I think my ideas work, versus jousting one another. You know, I think that that's the best solution to not creating division. I mean, what do you guys, you know, the social contract. I'm sorry, marijuana's called Grease Monkey? No, that's the name of a guy who has a channel called Grease Monkey Videos. Like mechanic shop videos. That's what a grease monkey is a mechanic. Classically, what a grease monkey is called. So, yeah. I don't know if I lost you guys or not, because I'm going through different state borders. I'm going to be traveling pretty. So I was just in New Hampshire, which, by the way, last night I went to the New Hampshire New Movers Project. That's what I did last night. And when I was there, you guys hit the like button. I'm so sorry. You guys hit the like button. And if you're new, make sure you subscribe. Listen, if you're a new subscriber here, what I talk about is the social contract, the rule of law, how we do not live in a system based on rule of law. This is absolute, pure, complete, and utter tyranny in every single way. That's what we're living in. Absolute, total tyranny. And so that's what I teach here and I talk about here, and what I preach about. Really, what I'm really into is that the camera can finally create and illustrate rule of law as long as there's more than one agency that's supervising rights protectors. And I was talking to someone last night. I think I was talking to Zane about this. Oh, no. Okay. So I have to avoid a thunderstorm, apparently. My map just came on and said that I have to avoid a thunderstorm. And by the way, you know, in New Hampshire, they drove extraordinarily fast. I mean, so fast. So anyway, where are you guys from? You guys hit the like button. There's only 81 likes. I mean, it's something for the algorithm. But if you guys pretty pleased with cherries and sugar on top, just hit the like button. Just take it and just hit the like button. So, you know, a lot of people, and some educational stuff here where you can learn something from that I know about, right? So, in the year 2001, what we have is a creation of an absolute power state where all of the power that the people have was given to law enforcement in the year 2001. And it was done through creating a policy at the Supreme Court level. What it did completely is it gave one person complete and utter dominion over another person. And that happened in 2001. You lost all of your right to be free in 2001. Now, there's a book out. It's called 3 Felonies a Day. I'm just going to listen to it on audiobook because I have one hellacious drive in front of me right now. So you are going to commit a crime every single day. Now, I'm going to correlate this to 2001. When you travel today, as I am now, you're going to break the law. That's what's going to happen. You're going to break the law today in some way. Who agrees with that? Who says, yes, I'm going to break the law today in some way? Write it right there, or no, I will not. Just type it right there because, and I remember I'm driving, so I can only glance. So either no, I will not, or yes, I will. Not more than those because I can't look and drive, even though I do have my lane protector on. And it's so funny. People say stupid stuff. Watch my car. See the lines? My car, I'm on a curve right now. I'm not touching the wheel. My car wheel will turn itself. Do you not see it? My car's doing that itself. I'm not doing that. So when people say to me, I don't have a self-driving car, then explain to me how the car corners itself. I didn't do that. I didn't even know the car did that when I bought it. I had no idea. Nobody sold me on that either. I just know if I put on lane guidance, the car steers itself and stays between the two lanes. Every few seconds, I got to make sure that I touch the steering. Every like 30 seconds or, oh shit, I hope I went the right way. Yeah, I did. My map's just, this phone's so done. Oh, which by the way, my friend Jay in Ironton, I'm not going to say his name, but I just want to tell my friend Jay, guess what I just found, Playboy, when I packed up, because I had to pack up to drive so far right now. I found that something, Jay in Ironton. I'll text you today so you know who it is and what I'm talking about. Really exciting. I'm really excited for you. Really great news. So anyway, now this is what I'm the most excited about. The thing that I'm the most excited about is that we are finally at a place in America, in the world, where technology can take over and we can get 360 halo vision immediately on what is called law enforcers, which has to change to rights protectors, especially with 360 vision and using drones. It could only be based on protecting rights, not law enforcement. Because if you base it on law enforcement and we give law enforcement the right to have 360 vision everywhere they walk with two different agencies looking in, then you're going to find someone's got weed or coke, or someone has an illegal plant, or someone has a dog that someone says, oh my God, look at that dog. We're concerned about the dog's safety. And so you just can't have it. What you have to have is rights protectors. Rights protectors only protect your rights. That's all they do. Their entire functionality is to protect the rights of the people here. In other words, stop violent crime, stop domestic abuse in its tracks, go after the victims of crimes, not law enforcement. You and I, we have got to get it correct. You know, I didn't even get to see the vote. Did you know that? I'm so sorry, because I'm driving and I want to stay focused on driving, because I don't know the East Coast, and so I have to make sure I just drive proficiently. I just want to make sure that I do it proper. You know, that's all. So how are you guys doing? I'm so sorry. Did Kent get arrested? Is that what happened? Someone just said, why would Kent get arrested? Is that a recent thing, Justice Berserker? Oh, I remember you, Justice Berserker. How are you? Nice to see you. Nice to see everybody. Shook Professor, good to see you. Shock Professor, good to see you. Cheryl, it's nice to see you. Yeah, not legalization, decriminalization. Because legalization means that there's going to be a government would price of marijuana was just ridiculously stupid price. It was horrifically bad. It was terrible. So I'm looking at the comments. Who else is here? Who else is because you guys are my friends, you know? I mean, I have friends in real life who are lifelong friends, but you guys are my friends. That's who my friends are. Because I'm living a life to make sure that we expose that this system doesn't work. That's truly what I'm doing. That is what I'm doing. And I'm gonna continue to expose the system until I get into executive power to change the system by using a halo camera and splitting this feed into 2 different agencies. And we have the capability to do it now. We have the capability to do that right this second. I don't know why it's not happening. We could simply put 360 vision on these people and we change them to rights protectors. That's the whole plan. And they put the headset on with the goggles and they can never, they take it off to go to the bathroom. But when they're on duty, they have enough time to pee and poo and get back on the headset until it's deactivated. And when it's deactivated because it has to go to 2 different agencies that are looking out for your rights, that are rights protectors. That's what we're talking about here. We have to change this system. We cannot allow prisons to continue. We cannot allow it. We can't. System worse. It's only making us worse. Free Eric Brandt. How long does Eric have in prison? I think he's sentenced to how long? Is it months or is it years? Eric Brandt. Is it months or years on Eric? Does anybody know the answer to that? When it says free Eric Brandt, is that months or years? Decriminalize 100%. We don't stop. You guys must have bought t-shirts yesterday. He got 12 years. Jesus Christ. Did he actually hurt anybody? Did he hurt anybody? Did Eric Brandt hurt anybody? Did he physically hurt anybody or threaten to kill somebody where there is an imminent threat of life? Terrible. Absolutely terrible. It's unbelievable to me. It really, really is. It's crazy that man would be put in a dungeon for 12 years. That's incredible to me. And remember, that could be me. That could be me. You guys remember that, and don't. You file a writ of habeas corpus. You petition a writ of. Has anybody petitioned a writ of habeas corpus for Eric Brandt? Has that happened yet? Because just so you guys know, that it's a month of work. A writ of habeas corpus takes a team of people, and it takes a month of a team of people sitting down to put that writ. It's a petition for a writ of habeas corpus, and it's an immense amount of work. But has anybody put together a team, or has anybody considered putting together a team of people who would be willing to petition a writ of habeas corpus for Eric Brandt? That's the question that we need to ask. When I see free Eric Brandt, then I want to get that writ of habeas corpus, because then it has to be re-examined. It has to be re-examined once you file a writ of habeas corpus. And it has to be re-examined by a higher court, and you could even apply for certiorari to go to the Supreme Court. And with these conservatives who have been horrific and mind-blowing at the same time, there would be a chance, a very small chance, but if his case is only speech, then there is a chance. It's an immense amount of work. It's an immense amount of work. A writ of habeas corpus it's an immense amount of work. You have to dedicate yourself for a month with other people. You have to dedicate yourself for a solid month. He said, I hope the judge gets murdered and his child witnesses it. Oh, so that's what he said. He said he hopes that the judge gets murdered and that his child witnesses it. So I'm just quoting what he said. Okay. And that was his crime. That's crazy. Criminal threats. I mean, that's Inquirer language. That's the Sun. That's the Daily Tabloid language. I hope. You can use a plethora of different words. Plethora. I remember listening to that dumb pig from Struthers say plethora. Like, he looked up a word in the dictionary. I commend him. But a plethora of traffic. Douche. So, that's the question. For people who support Eric Brandt, I haven't seen all of his case. I have watched a couple Eric Brandt videos, and he was really, really a brilliant guy. Still is, I'm sure, but they haven't given him a bunch of chemicals in his veins to try to dumb him down and make him stupid, which is what they did to Julian Assange. They completely and utterly slaughtered the man. They slaughtered everything about him. That's what they did. So, I mean, they pretty much chemically killed Julian Assange, from what I understand. That was the last report that I heard, is they melted his brain in his head, or to something to that effect, where they put him on so many drugs that he's completely and utterly just mush. He's mush. So, but you have to file a writ of habeas corpus for Eric Brandt. That's what has to happen. Because the judge who sentenced him, was it the same judge who sentenced him to 12 years that Eric Brandt said that he wished he had been murdered? Can someone let me know that in the comments? Julian Assange is still a hero. Julian Assange, and so is Edward Snowden. Those are heroes. Those people are heroes. And if you don't celebrate those folks, I don't know what you're doing here, because we probably don't align on a lot of things. You're probably one of those people who just comes here because you don't like me, but it doesn't matter. Julian Assange and Edward Snowden should have statues erected here in America to them. Both of those people are patriots for freedom and liberty and transparency. Transparency is the key to everything. When everybody can see everything at the same time and there's no hiding it, that's the key. That's the key. So, thank you. I appreciate it. You guys, make sure you subscribe and hit the like button. We can't stop. Remember, we are change. We represent the change. We do. I'm just a dude who's putting myself out there, but we represent the change. It's not me. It's we. You represent that you want to change this system. That's why you're here if you're listening to the things that I say, because there's a reason why I say that I hate cops. Now, when I talk to them as people, I don't hate them as a human. Why would I hate them as a human being? It's preposterous. They're just a human being that they've signed up to very terrible things. I hate every bit of that. so it's hard to like them. So anyway, I don't want to go negative or anything, but it is what it is. Right? Am I wrong? They put Assange in solitary confinement, is that right? Let me check my map real quick. I wonder if there is a Home Depot. I'm driving through all these little different cities and it's crazy. I mean, when was the last time you drove across America? When was the last time you did that? When was the last time you're like, you know what, I'm driving across the United States? When was that? You know? Because I've driven across the country now. And now this next stop is really going to put me on a different latitude. I'll be at a totally different latitude in just a few hours. Because I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep exposing. I'm going to keep showing. Oh my God, that guy's driving like a maniac. Terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. That's the worst part about driving across the country, is the fear that other people, guys like that. I was 21, I guess, at one time as well. That's just crazy. That's just too much. I think that's ridiculous. So, you know, and so I kind of started this saying something, and, you know, good to see you, Alan. Love you, buddy. So I can't read all that because I'm driving. But, you know, I just wanted to in the beginning of this, I wanted to stay on focus a little bit. If you email me and you tell me your story, please don't send me 30 paragraphs. Just send me a little quick synopsis. And the biggest thing I need to know is, do you have a video? Or is there a video available through the police department? Because remember, until I got to Struthers, no body cam footage had been released to the public. And then when I got to Struthers, they released the body cam footage and we saw them plant a gun. So when you're gonna email me and tell me your story, because I want your story, I wanna hear it. I wanna know what happened to you. I wanna know if there's a possibility if I can help you. So when you email me your story, make sure that you just give me a paragraph or two. And unfortunately, I read every email because I get a bunch of hate email too. I mean, it's great when they write me a lot, because then I just stack up their emails in one particular category of crazy people who write me emails. I have them listed as crazies. I think I have them stalker, and I give them a stalker number, and then I list them as stalker, and then and I have like, I mean I have a lot of stalkers. I have a lot of stalkers because so I have a lot of stalkers. Could you imagine for a moment seeing someone on the internet and then going, I think I'm going to send them a mean email. And then you send them a mean email and they don't reply to you. And then you just keep sending them mean emails. But meanwhile, I have your email address labeled. I didn't even get it. It just goes right to the spam. And then when I look at the spam, I see there's just hundreds of emails from the same people. And stalker 185, stalker 722, stalker 1920. I mean, I just give them random numbers because there's just so many. But once I got your email, I got you labeled. That's it. I got you labeled. You're a stalker. You are a stalker. You are a stalker. You know, you are what you are. You're crazy, man. You are, dude. You know, there's a difference between, you know, having a good time on the internet and like laughing and, you know, all these things. And then there's another level where this is a social media game. Ultimately, we go into government, we go into politics, and we create a new third party that wins an executive power in a state, whether it be Ohio or California or Colorado. It doesn't matter. The only way we're going to change things is if one of us gets into executive power, who only cares about changing the system of tyranny to a system of rule of law, where rights are defended, not laws enforced. There's a big, huge, gigantic I mean, there's a huge gap between law enforcement and rights protectors. So, you know, that's the difference between the reason why people told you to come here, the reason why you're here is because we have to change the system. And that's why other people are so mad at me on left and right and center, and they're mad, because upsetting the apple box changes the whole game, changes everything. And that's why people are upset. You overturned Terry versus Ohio. Someone just put overturn Terry. I got you. Great Lake Audits will be on Liberty Radio this Saturday night at 10 p.m. There it is, right there. Mike at N8 RBI Radio. And that is coming this Saturday. So look forward to that. Looking forward to it, Mike. Looking forward to it. We're going to have a whole breakdown on Aaron Collins. Is that where I want to go? I think it is. I think I want to go over here. I'm gonna get some more. I'm gonna get a couple more bungees for my thing. Is what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get the band back together. Yo, hit the number 1 button while I'm pulled over here, and I can see everybody here. Where are you guys at? Where are you guys at? Where is everybody at? Yeah, I mean, I was talking to someone. Okay, so when I went to the new mover party last night in New Hampshire, which was in Manchester, which is the reason I can tell you now is because I'm gone, because I don't want to be. Illinois is in the house. What's going on? Ashland, Kentucky. What's up, Playboy? How's Ashland, Kentucky going? What's up, Playboy? What's up, Playboy? So, what's going on? What is going on? South Point, Ohio. Good to see everybody. Oh, so you know what? I know that there's a people talking about me fighting Chad Goo in September, so I just want to address it. You know, I don't know, to be honest. You know, I had envisioned in my head, you know, moving to Ironton, setting up, establishing a base, melding, you know, I'll never meld in because I'm going to change things no matter what. And then, you know, creating my own sense of routine there until I was gonna, you know, have a fight with Chad Goo in September. You know, since that's happened, I have had to leave the state of Ohio so that I don't get arrested for a kangaroo court, Judge Waldo. My plans are completely changed in every single way. I would be in Ironton, Ohio right now. I'd be back in Ironton at my new place, my apartment, wherever I was gonna live. But instead, of course, now I've had to completely change everything. And so then other things start to creep into my mind. You know, I'm studying for the California State Bar right now. It's intense because I got to get off here pretty soon and just study for the California State Bar. But listen, I mean, I would love it if I had all the time and listen, I would love to fight Chad Goo. I would love to. I'd love to. But do I want to train hard and focus my energy on training? And, you know, there's a lot to fighting. You have to really be in shape, not kind of, sort of, especially if someone else is going to train 3 hours a day to beat you up. You have to train just as hard. And, you know, I don't know. I don't know if I have that time and energy that I want to give to that. I just don't know, you know. And let me park right here so we can have a conversation. I'll get the flock off this phone because I want to get a couple more things pinned down in my car here. So anyway, let me pause this real quick. Okay. So I don't know. You know, Josh, it has nothing to do with standing by my word. I was ran through a kangaroo court. There's no sense of routine for me right now. I'm driving to another place. Stand by my word. You know, which, by the way, we can still raise a lot of money for charity for St. Jude's Hospital in another way. I've already talked to St. Jude's Hospital. So I just don't know, you know, and that's just the best way to be honest. You know, if I had gone back to Ironton just so like Josh, so you say keep your word, okay, make your court date, right? But if I had gone back to Ironton for my court date, they would have put me in jail, Josh. 100%. I read the criminal affidavits that the police wrote against me. They would have put me in jail. I wouldn't go anywhere near the border of Ohio and Kentucky right now. I wouldn't go anywhere near there. I mean, I wouldn't go anywhere near there. So I'm just talking out loud right now. I just don't know right now. You know, because remember, if that fight's in September, we still have time, but I still just don't know if I want to put the time in. But I still want to raise some money for St. Jude's Hospital. I still want that to happen. And I think there's other ways we could do that, including something, I don't want to give away all my cards here, but there's still another way we could raise money for St. Jude's Hospital. So I think that there's still ways we can do things that don't require where I have to focus all my time and energy and training for a fight. Because if I'm going to go into a fight that's going to be promoted and in a cage and all that shit, you know, I'm going to want to train like a beast, you know, and I'm not stable right now where I would be living in Ohio right now. I'm not, you know, so it is what it is. It is what it is. And by the way, you know, pride cometh before the fall. It's my pride's not on the line. I don't give a shit what anybody thinks. I don't care. I don't care. And it's not like we set a date and a contract and then I'm backing out. You know, I was 100% into this before the judge created me to be a criminal in the state of Ohio. And I didn't get to go and create some roots and start a foundation, and, you know, it messed me up. I have to do other things. So I'm just going to continue to travel the country exposing the corruption in every different place that I go. Is that fair enough? So I don't know yet. You know, September's a long time away, but I still, even now that I was upended and these things have happened, I think to myself, you know, what you guys are going to see this week is you're going to learn how to file a federal civil rights lawsuit. I'm going to teach you in the next 2 days. Over my shoulder, I'm going to teach you exactly step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. Now, do you want to learn every single step of how to file a civil rights lawsuit? Do you want to learn that? I'm teaching it this week with Bobby Law. It's going to be on Bobby Law's channel. With Bobby Law. That's where we're going to teach it. I'm going to teach you every single step of how to file a federal civil rights lawsuit. Do you want to learn that? Or do you want me to train harder to go fight goo? What do I want to do with my time as well? I've already fought guys in the cage. I've already fought people. You know, I never wanted to fight pro, but what about what I want to do? Do you know what I actually want to do? Just in case anybody wants to know, I actually want to get into yoga. I want to stop lifting weights and do more yoga. I want to spend my time, because remember, my job is extraordinarily stressful. If you guys didn't know that, my job is extraordinarily stressful. I'm on the front lines. I'm there. I'm on the front lines. So, you know, I have to consider where I want to spend my time. And let's say that goo could beat me up. Let's just say, which is ridiculous, but there's other things I have in mind here. But let's just say goo could beat me up. Goo, you know, let's say he could beat me up. Okay, now what? He could beat me up. Okay, now what though? Okay, Chad Goo could beat me up. Now you can take that little clip and you can run it over and over and over and over and over and over and over. And I'm scared. I'm a scared little rabbit. Is that better for you? I'm terrified. Okay, is that okay? Because I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I do know this though. We don't stop until we change these things. We don't stop until these things are changed. And I don't know if that includes me putting myself in a ring. I didn't do it when I was young and I was a scrapper and fighting and really fighting guys in camps who needed to train for a fight. You had to go fight. So, you know, I didn't do it then because I didn't want to be a gladiator in a cage, because the way I grew up in my hometown, we had so many fist fights. You can't even imagine how many fist fights I've actually been in on the street, just with people. And then in Portland, Oregon, there's so many fights, so many fist fights. That's what guys did in the late mid 90s. They fist fought each other. It was a very popular, normal thing to do. You know, I mean, I can't even tell you how many. And people from my hometown will tell you that's 100% true. I'm not just making things up. And so the reason I didn't want to fight in a cage when I was training hard is because I didn't want to be a gladiator. And I respect the hell out of these gladiators, but it's not what I wanted to do. I'd already done that, you know, in high school and college, fist fought guys on the street. It was fun. It was a good time. But after that, I kind of outgrew it. And so I don't know. I'm thinking about it. You know, right now, I wouldn't lean toward yes. I would lean more towards no, because I want to study the California State Bar instead of spending, you know, I train now. So in case I have to get in a fight, in case I have to, if I'm walking into this store right here and someone's going to fight me, I want to make sure that I'm in shape enough to go right now. If right now I open this door and someone grabs me, can I go? Oh yeah, I can go. And I feel sorry for them. But I'm also worried about my own health. You see? Do you see what I'm thinking? So anyway, listen, and Chad Goo, just so you know, dude, I have absolutely zero fear of you, dude. Matter of fact, you know, there's other things we can do. So Chad, you know, my number's on the internet. Not like it's not hard to get a hold of me, dude. You could just call my phone if you want to, Chad Goo. You can just call me. Send me a text first. The Pam has my number, so you have my number. Chad, you can just call me on the phone and we can just talk. Could you imagine that? I mean, even though you are big, I don't have any respect for what you do, dude. But you as a human being, I hope you go to things you've done and that you go to heaven. That's what I hope. To be honest. Even though I might tell you I think you're going to burn in hell. Ha 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 ha. But that's not true. I hope that you are forgiven and you go to heaven. I hope that we all get through this holodeck and we go to this amazing magical place. You know. So anyway, how's everybody doing? Hit the #1 button. Let me know where you guys are from. Hit the like button. Let's get it over. We have 342 people, 203 likes. Let's get it to 250 likes right now. Let's just do it. Pretend it's a mission. Pretend you have to get it done. Just do it. Just take your finger and hit the like button. Upvote it. Upvote it. Just do it. Just do it. Just take your finger and hit the like button. Did you guys get your We Don't Stop t-shirts? I have not checked because the shipment finally came in Texas. I think they're in today in Texas. So they'll start to go out this week. So did you guys get your We Don't Stop t-shirts? Because they're going to be gone. I'm telling you now. I got a receipt yesterday for 10 more t-shirts. So 10 more are gone yesterday. I got the receipt today. And I'm super grateful, by the way. Thank you, because I had to spend all of the money to buy all those t-shirts up front. And so I was really, really down. I'm really grateful that people bought t-shirts to support what we're doing. I appreciate it. Thank you. I really mean it. Thanks a lot. Because I did really spend a lot. I spent a lot. I did. I put a lot out. Because I'm a person. I'm just a regular dude. I don't have tens of thousands of bucks sitting away on the side somewhere. It doesn't exist. So yeah, we're living in a holodeck for sure, you know, and everybody has their own belief system, but I just believe in God. And I just think that there's another side of life that's going to be so much better when we get there, when we get to eternity, whatever that is. But I also smoke DMT, and wow, I met God. So, so take it for what it's worth. Take it for what it's worth. I'm not sure, Bruce. I'm not sure. But I will have my We Don't Stop t-shirt tomorrow. If I ever get back on the road. Because I have to drive, but I want to figure out if I can bungee that just a little bit tighter. I want to get a little tighter bungee. I can bring you guys with me, I suppose. Let me see if I can go like this and I can Apple Pay this bad chicken. They won't be able to track me because I'm in the middle of frickin' nowhere. But let's go. I'm gonna get a bungee here. Small, tight, little bungee cords here. I'm praying for me too, man. I'm praying for you too. Let me just see. Hey, where's your bungee cords at?
Aisle 7.
Aisle 7. Thanks.
Do you know what I saw like a month ago? I was driving by.
You know what's really funny? I'll read in the comments sometimes, you know, they'll go, Chille, why is the camera always pointed at you? What do you want to see? I'm looking for bungee cords. I'm looking for bungee cords. I'm looking for bungee cords. There they are. 48-inch, 36. Okay, whoops, I think I got my finger over the camera. Sorry about that. I'm looking for bungee cords. There's those, and then let's go 21-inch, 31-inch. Okay, let's go 24. Let's do these and these. And let's go a 48-inch one too. Let's just do it up. Let's just do it. Let's just do it.
Can you see if you can find this belt?
Okay, and then we'll strap this.
Find it.
Hey, which one? Right here?
I'll take you right
You tell
over
me
here.
where you want me to go.
Jesus Christ, stop fucking calling. Hey Thomas, can you give me like 30 seconds?
So this quick shout out
Okay,
to
thank you.
my buddy Jim. What's going on, Jim? My buddy David. Thank you.
You're looking at 1803
Okay.
on the card.
I'm gonna pay it with the with Apple Pay.
Okay.
Done and done. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome, boss.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
You too. So, thanks, David. My buddy, I got a few people who are supporters. My buddy David sent me some Apple Pay, and I just bought these bungees. Thanks, David. Appreciate it. It's gonna be on this side over here. So you have to bear with me for 1 second. I'm just gonna put this together real fast. Okay. Let's see what we got. What's up, Playboy? What's up, Playboy? What's up? You guys are in. This is where all the good stuff happens, right here. Maybe if I go the other side here. 1 second. Okay. You know what I'm gonna do? It's an ambulance. That was an ambulance. That was an ambulance. I think I'm gonna go one tighter. I'm gonna go one tighter. Oh, that's really okay. So I'm gonna go one tighter here. I mean, no, that's not even gonna make it. So it's gonna have to be orange. But what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to go over here. I'm gonna have to put this bad chicken, and which, by the way, this just fell out. My kettlebell. That's a bad thing. Okay. Let's try this again. Let's go from this side though. And try to get this bad chicken hooked up. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hook this here. There it is. Now, the $1 million question. Okay. There that is. Now let's see if I can get this connected like this. Okay. Here's the $1 million moment. Here it is. If I can get this bad chicken to connect. Put this right here for you guys. You're not gonna be able to see it. I'll let you see it. Because this is awesome. If I can get this, then I just won the lottery. I'll put it right here. You guys will be able to see if I get it. If I get it, it changes the game. Nope. Okay. What's up, Playboy? We got it. Okay. It's not that great, though, to be honest. I wish it could be better. I really do. I really wish it could be better. I wonder if I could go here. I wonder if I could go here. And then I could go like this bad chicken. This one right here. And then go and get it so that it's around it somehow. Well, fudge it. We shall proceed. Okay. Ooh. God bless America, that hurt. So, go right there. Okay. I don't know how much it helped, but we shall see. Okay. Yeah, that's the number one goal. Overturn Terry versus Ohio. That's the most destructive, non-legit. What's up, Playboy? What's going on, Playboy? So, I didn't correlate it all back to 2001, and I wanted to get back to that. So, if you guys just got here just now, what I said earlier was that we lost our rights when in 2001 we lost our rights completely. And when I say that, I say, I explained that was the beginning of giving police absolute dominion over your every move, your every body. Every single movement you made was given away in 2001. So, let me just hit this mat. Boom. This is going to be one hell of a long drive here. But you know what? So we shall proceed. Yeah, I can't take the squeaks and pops and ticks and knocks. I can't take it, and I won't take it. So I strap everything down. And then often I'm listening to things on my headset. So while I'm just hitting the road here and really flying along where I'm going. Oh, you son of a bitch. They really control you here in the East Coast with the way they put these little medians in the middle of the road. Reminds me of Arizona, to be honest. Arizona's the same way. So, in 2001, in a case called Atwater versus City of Lago Vista, an unelected Supreme Court ruled in 5-4. They held what they held to be constitutional in a 5-4 vote. That would be the policy of the Constitution based on their interpretation of it. And in Atwater versus City of Lago Vista, the majority opinion was written by a liberal named David Souter. David Souter wrote that if a police officer witnesses you break the law in any fashion whatsoever, in any way whatsoever, that he can arrest you and it is not a violation of your Fourth Amendment right. And David Souter wrote that in 2001. So now I was talking earlier about 3 felonies a day, a book that I have not read yet, but I'm going to listen to it on audiobook. as I drive here very shortly and I say goodbye to you guys, I'm going to listen to 3 Felonies a Day because someone recommended me the book. I rarely will even watch a video that people send me because I don't know what the video is. And until I know what the video is, I can't put it in my head or click on that link. This is so weird. Okay, so now I gotta go. Yeah, you see me coming over. You see me coming over. Okay, now I gotta go this way. So weird. Okay, so weird. So when Souter wrote those words in Atwater versus City of Lago Vista, where her last name was Atwater, but I actually researched the case in great detail. It'll come to me. But as Miss Atwater was pulled over, she had been pulled over the month earlier for driving her truck with her children, walking around in the back of the truck. God bless her. These little back weird roads just drive me. I am. But I think also this phone is just toast. So was it Jessica? No, that was Jessica Gonzalez. What was Miss Atwater's first name? Was it? What was her name? What was her name? What was Miss Atwater's name? What was it? Does anybody remember her name? Anyway, so she'd been pulled over previously by the same cop, and he told her that she had to have her children strapped into a car seat or she was breaking the law. And so then what happened was the next month he saw her, and she had her kids walking around on the back seat. And so he pulled her over again, and this time he thought that he would teach Miss Atwater a lesson by placing her under arrest. Now, if you look up Atwater, Texas, you will see, or is it Florida? You look up Atwater. I'm pretty sure it's Texas. And if you take a look at that community, you'll see it's a very small little community. And so when the cop arrests Miss Atwater, then her kids are right there. So then when her kids are right there, then the neighbors have to come out and get her children. And so when that happens, she gets placed under, and when get his wife, who's been arrested for not having her kids in a seatbelt, and her not wearing a seatbelt. And so then the Atwaters sue, and they go all the way up to the Supreme Court. Now, you would believe that when you get to the Supreme Court, there would be rule of law would say that your Fourth Amendment is the most important thing. The Fourth Amendment, your right to be secure in your person. Sure, you broke the law, and sure, this jackboot thug isn't happy because he calls himself a law enforcer, but you haven't hurt anybody. There's no one been injured by you. There's no victim. And so surely the people who have read the Federalist Papers and the Anti-Federalist Papers and the Spirit of Lawz and Leviathan, and they've read John Locke's book, Essays in Human Understanding, and they took the knowledge in. They took the knowledge. And then they would look at the case and they would say, well, in this particular case, your Fourth Amendment would be paramount. There would be nothing more important than your Fourth Amendment here. And instead of that, those unelected monarchs, they then decided that they would write an opinion that says, if a police officer witnesses you violate even an infraction of the law, that you can be placed under arrest, and it is not a violation of your Fourth Amendment to be secure in your person. So that means If you jaywalk, if you speed, if the tint on your windows is too dark, you must be responsible for that. You can be put under arrest for even an infraction they wrote. If you infract on the law, that means they gave one man or one woman, whoever said they swore an oath to the Constitution, that person now has complete and utter dominion over you, over every single bit of you. I mean, what are you even talking about? David Souter, that's right, joined by Kennedy, Thomas. It's disgusting. How long has Clarence Thomas been on the Supreme Court? Since 1990, 1991. I could be wrong. It's right there. It's 90, 91, 92. That's how long Clarence Thomas has been on the Supreme Court. Do you think someone needs to be in charge of our Constitution for that long, unelected? Do you think that's right? Do you think that's okay? Atwater versus City of Lago Vista, he weighed in on. He voted on that. He voted in affirmative that the state should be able to arrest you for any infraction of the law from 2001 forward. Doesn't matter what you do. All I saw in the comments was created for sex swings, and I lost it. What were we talking about just now? Created for sex swings? That's all I saw in the comments. I forgot what we were even talking about. I put a sex swing right there. Just good thing this channel's not for children. Children never talk about sex. Children don't watch. Has anybody here, and some of the moderators, you put the URL in the comment section, please. It's called yourbrainonporn.com. Has anybody ever seen that before? Just put yes or no. Has anybody ever seen it? Yourbrainonporn.com. Can you guys just put it in there? Yes or no? Yes, I've seen it. No, I haven't. Yes or no? This is a study. This is a full study. Your Brain on Porn is only a snippet of the study. Anybody seen yourbrainonporn.com? Yes or no? I can only read one word. Yes or no? Just yes, I've seen it. No, I haven't. Okay. Because I'm still stuck on this. No. Okay. So yourbrainonporn.com. I'm pretty sure it's still up. Someone put the URL in there and see if it's still there. Okay. So, I was talking the other day about how people will say, don't put my children on camera. Don't put my children, right? And now you got the Safe Schools Act, the Safe Children Act to try to strip us of our guns. So on yourbrainonporn.com, just so you know, the scientist's name who created that is named Dr. Wilson. Now, I read his study and I watched, I think he has an hour-long series. There's just a snippet of it on that website. So when I read his study, what I found out was that he didn't mean to do a study on pornography at all whatsoever. He was doing a study on rats, and it ended up where he ended up doing a study on pornography. And so when he did that, what he found is that when he stuck a new rat in the cage, a new partner, a new female partner, the male rat would copulate with the female rat to exhaustion. What would be considered for you and I, for human beings on our lifespan, it would be considered like an 8 or 10 hour session of sexuality. And so then what he noticed is the sexual inclinations of the male rat would slowly diminish, even if the male rat had multiple different female rats that he copulated with. And so then he was like, okay, so every time he stuck a new female rat in the cage, the rat, like rabbits, okay? And then he would lose interest over time. So then he started to do a study on pornography, and the first thing that he did was try to establish a control group of people who had seen online pornography and people who had not seen online pornography. And so he went to put together a group of 12-year-olds who had not seen pornography to be a control group for his study. And after months of trying, he could not find a control group of 12-year-old boys who had not seen pornography. Could not find a control group. So now when you hear things like don't film my children, oh my God, what are you doing? The children can't see this. We need to age restrict this content. The kids can't see this. Your content is age restricted. The kids can't see it. The kids are seeing it. The kids are seeing it. The kids are seeing it better than you and me because they can use Discord and torrent better than you and I can because they grew up on having their own server on Discord. So the idea that don't do it for the children. Today's children, because of the camera phone and the internet, have been maniac. Guys driving like a maniac. Today's children have already seen it. They've already seen what you're talking about. You're not going to change 18-year-olds smoking by creating a law that 18-year-olds can't smoke cigarettes. You're going to create criminals out of kids who are 18 years old. That's what you're going to do. They're being arrested for smoking a cigarette. You're under arrest because the 2001 case of Atwater versus City of Lago Vista says that the police officer can arrest you for any infraction of the law. So now if you're 18 and the cop walks up to you and says, are you smoking a cigarette? Are you over 21? And you tell him to go with his mom, then he's going to place you under arrest because he can't. Over 18-year-old kids. I mean, I don't want to say 18-year-old kids, 18-year-old young adults. You can go to the military and die for your country. You certainly are a young adult. 100%. So, I mean, that's just where we are, where we have this, we've created this facade that we have to do everything to protect the kids, but because the internet, the kids have seen everything. Kid wants to see a base in Kabul get blown up. He just goes online, looks it up, watch the base gets blown up. The kid's 10. He's 10. He wanted to see a base in Kabul get blown up, so he just went on the dark web, pulled it up. His parents don't even know how to access the dark web. He's got his apps on his phone hidden. His parents have no idea how to go down the wormholes to find the apps on his phone. He's got a porn app on his phone. He's 12 years old. You don't know that because you can't find his app because you're his parent. You don't know how to use his phone. Not really. Oh, I put parental controls on that. Yeah, there's other apps that go around those parental controls. The idea that we're going to make a law that 18-year-olds can't smoke till they're 21, but they can go to the military and die for our country, or for a plethora of different reasons. A plethora, said that pig. You know, then it's ridiculous. If you're old enough to decide that you can go thrust yourself into a war, then you're certainly old enough to decide if you want to buy a gun, and you're certainly old enough to decide if you want to smoke a cigarette. I don't agree with smoking cigarettes. I won't buy anybody's cigarettes. I'll buy almost anything for you if we're together. You know, I'll pay for your lunch, or you could pay for mine, thanks. But either way, I don't mind buying someone's lunch or whatever, because we have to be kind to one another. I won't buy someone cigarettes. You could buy your own cigarettes. I'm not down. I hate them. But if you're 18, you can make that decision if you want to smoke them yourself. So, guys still there? Did I lose you? I'm much in BFE now. I'm definitely between different places. But look how beautiful it is if you guys can see it. I don't know if anybody can see it because I can't see any comments. But check that out. Look how nice that is. Just beautiful. Just absolutely beautiful. Did I lose you guys? I think I lost everybody. I don't know if I did or not. Seems to still be rolling, but I don't know because I can't see any comments. So, you know, when you combine the 2001 case of Atwater versus City of Lago Vista plus an 18-year-old ban on smoking or having a handgun or a rifle, then what happens is you create criminals out of young people. And as you know, most cops are bullies, and we have a bully system because there's no transparency. So, you know, you're going to create criminals out of kids who are going to be arrested because they don't agree with the cop asking if they can smoke a cigarette or not. Because they're 18 now, they should be able to do whatever they want. They should also be able to drink as well. They should be able to do whatever they want. They're 18. They're an adult. They're free. They should be free. I mean, there really shouldn't be an age on drinking, and there shouldn't be a driver's license age. There shouldn't be a driver's license requirement at all whatsoever. So that's just the way it is. Let me see if I don't know if I got you guys on here or not. Let me